Hey everybody, Jam Creates here. A little review of Blood Realm issue 2 from Alterna Comics. This is number 2 in a 3-issue series. And let me just say, oh, that's some bad glare. Let me just say, I really enjoyed issue 1. My only thing I said about issue 1 is that it was super heavy on lore and not so much on like advancing the story. But oh boy, stuff gets real in this one. Right from the start. When we left off the previous one, there was this imp that the Sisters of Silence came across. He was being tormented by these goat people, the Satyrians, I believe they're called. And just wait for it, wait for it. Ready? We had never seen what the sisters do really. They just kind of were there in the first issue. Really, we didn't really see them doing anything. Bam. Yeah. These guys, yeah, they're not doing so good after meeting up with the sisters. The sisters never speak, actually, in the whole issue, which is interesting. They are called the Sisters of Silence, after all. And they save this imp, this guy over here, by basically twisting and breaking and destroying these dudes in a horrific way. And then they don't even say anything. He just offers himself to them for saving his life, and he just follows them. And as they're going, he's like, it's all told through his perspective, which I thought was interesting, because he's as much, unaware of what they are as we are. Really, they're still a mystery to us, and they're a mystery to him in a way. And they're traveling. They're trying to get the heart before General Gorn does, and they come across this dude. Seriously, first of all, just look at that picture. Like, this book is all black, white, and red. Sorry for the sniffles. This is Vorg the Wingless. And you find out later in the book that he actually was part of a dragon council who tried to usurp the power, and the other dragons destroyed his wings. So he simply walks around in this area on his feet in these canyons and, basically tries to have his own dominion there. And General Gorn promises him that he will be given lordship over the area. And so he's going to stop them from getting to the heart, because General Gorn wants the heart and they want the heart. And again, I was not expecting, it's issue 2 of a 3-issue series, but, I always assume, because there's so much lore and so much backstory in this world, that I always just kind of assumed that these characters would return for more stories. But maybe not, I don't know, because one of the sisters right here, whap, just gets impaled, and the other sisters then literally turn him inside out to kill him. It's pretty messed up. I'm gonna have to skip a few pages, I think, here, just because I don't want to get a strike or anything. And General Gorn, it turns out, is following. They make it to the place where the heart is. And General Gorn is following them. He's right behind them with his army. And one of the sisters, another one of the sisters, just gets like impaled with a bunch of arrows. And I love this panel, by the way. I love this page. Just the silhouette of them climbing up, and they're in pursuit. It's just cool. And one of the sister who got hit with the arrows, and this is another little touch I like. When I first looked at these pages, I'm looking at it, and then all of a sudden I realized, all the way at the top of this page, above the panel, there's the sister with all the arrows, who then you see freaking out and showing General Gorn what these girls can do. And she basically just kind of like explodes. So now we're down to literally just one of the sisters and the imp are the only ones left to get in the way and stop General Gorn from getting this heart, which is going to give him the power to take over. Basically, once he gets that heart, which is the heart of this guy, the Dark Lord Cyphus, he'll be able to pretty much uncontested take over the world. And they're trying to stop that. You can see the map here. I love this too. This is a nice little touch he did in the first book and in this book too. The map, and you see the area that they've traveled in. And when you really look at it, it shows you, hold on, there's still all this other map here. There's all of this left to go, and they've only covered this little bit of area. So it really makes you think there's definitely going to be a lot more in this world. And I've seen now for Alterna's 2019 slate that there is going to be a volume 2 of Blood Realm, which I am definitely excited about. This book is so unique. It's so different from anything else that's out there, honestly. It's not a superhero book, which I really enjoy superhero books. We'll just look at the dragon for now, because this is badass. It's not a superhero book, it's a fantasy book, but it's a very dark fantasy, really, like, creepy elements. There's mystery to it. You're not quite sure, like, I mean, you know that the sisters are the good guys, and the imp is now with them, but now there's literally only one sister left, and the imp, and that's it. So to see what's going to happen and all that happens in this issue. So to see what's going to happen in issue 3 to wrap this story up, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in issue 3. I cannot wait to get the 3rd issue. I think they've done a great job. The storytelling in this book, like I said, this is a very unique book. The way the story is told in the 1st issue, it's a lot of lore and a lot of backstory. And then in this issue, it's just action all the way through. It's like, okay, the 1st issue really like set everything up, and now this issue is just like boom, 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 stuff happening. And you know, you're getting to see more of what's in this world a little bit. But then, like I said, when you look at that map, you realize there's so much more of this world yet to be explored. I feel like it's just natural that there's going to just be more. And of course there is. There's going to be a volume 2. So I'm definitely excited about that. And just the way it was told. The first story was all basically told from, you know, well, it was kind of told from an omniscient standpoint, but thinking back on it, I'm guessing it was the imp telling the story. Although it's a lot of history of the world, history of the realm, and everything else. And now this one is all completely told from his perspective, which is cool, because he's, you know, the eyes and ears of the audience as well, seeing these things happen in front of him and being a part of it. And I really wonder, like, is the storytelling in the 3rd issue going to take a little twist also? Or are we going to continue to hear things from the imp's perspective? How will this go? Because if the imp is telling the story, that always implies, of course, that he survived the whole thing. So I don't know. Is he going to survive the entire thing? Is he going to... Are we going to get a different perspective in the 3rd issue? It's a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of questions, and really just interesting storytelling. It's so unique amongst anything that's out there right now, really. And the art, again, I want to talk about the art too. The art is really nice. It's a very unique art style. You know, it's black and white and red, which we've seen done before, but it's just, I don't know, it just pops. There's just something about the way it's done with all this, like, the scratchy, like, look at all the detail in the dragon's skin. All these different lines. Look at, I mean, even the hill that they're standing on. All these different lines, everything, like, the whole book is done that way, and it's such a cool style. It must take forever to do, honestly, for the artist to do all that, because it's so much. And I always like to just drop that in there. Creator, writer, artist, Robert Geronimo. It must take him forever to do some of this stuff. I mean, like, look at, like, the detail even on, like, on these guys, on their armor and everything else. Like, there's lots of little lines everywhere. There's lots of stuff everywhere. And, like, it really is very impressive, honestly. 3 colors, that's it. Black, white, and red, and tons of lines, and just really interesting art. And just a really unique story. I almost feel like when I'm reading the book And this is going to sound a little crazy, I guess, but I almost feel like I'm actually reading some ancient text that's been discovered somewhere of a legend from some world that we never knew. And I guess that's really, I mean, obviously that's what he's going for, but he nails it, absolutely nails it, and it's fantastic. I love this book. I cannot recommend this book more. Issue 1 and issue 2, they're both out now. You can get them on Alterna's Etsy shop if you can't get them at your local store. I absolutely recommend them. $1.50 each. At $3, you're getting 2 issues, and then the next issue is going to be $1.52. Close out the story. I cannot wait to see how it ends. Definitely recommend. My highest recommendation. I give it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Okay, and that's it. If you like this video, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at jm_creates. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you read the book. Let me know what you think of the book. And that's it. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.